We're joined by Lesotho Minister of Gender, Youth, Sports, Arts, Culture and Social Development, Pitso Lesaoana, joining us for more there. Lesaoana, pardon me. A very good evening to you. Thank you so much for your time. As we take stock of the current climate when it comes to children and the protection and welfare of children across the continent, I mean, the numbers continue to rise when it comes to child marriages, child trafficking, sexual violence and murders. It really is alarming. As you take stock of some of the big talking points today, what stands out?
Yes, what stood out is mainly the theme of today was the planning and costing in the budgets for the rights of the children. We, first of all, as the country, we're a little bit ahead of this issue because in our country, we are busy amending a law that is going to protect the rights of the children, especially on the child marriage, and also on the issues of even our children going to school. And also we, as the continent, we want to see things like this child mutilation and issues of children not attending school being attended to. That's what mainly stood out for me. Yes.
When you talk about aspects of the budget, I mean, what are the complexities and challenges when it comes to budgets and the work that has been set out to achieve some of the big goals around the welfare of children?
In budgeting, like for us in Lesotho here, we have already done that costing. In budgeting, when you do the budgeting, you have to budget for the children first, for their welfare. You have to make sure that they are budgeted for their schooling. We have to do that for their schooling. You have to budget for their daily needs. And what is most important? What is most important is to make sure that the children are well protected.
Yes. Minister Lesaoana, as you look at the discussions that took place today and some of the trends across the continent that we've observed when it comes to the rights and the welfare of children, how is this gathering wanting to find solutions to combat the growing trend that we're seeing across the continent?
Well, the gathering is for the experts. We have people who are well vested in issues of children. And we have the African Charter that we have to align with. And actually, in fact, we are going to celebrate the 35th anniversary of the African Charter in November. One of the biggest things that we are looking at is the female genital mutilation, which is prevalent well in Lesotho and the Southern Africa is not so much, but in the mid Africa and when you go to the other African countries, you find that issues like that are still very prevalent. And we are trying as much as possible to ensure that every child is given the right to life. One of the problems that we are having in our country, specifically nowadays, is the issue of children being murdered. The murder rate has been going up, so we have to build things like the indices that are going to give us the way to the data, to collect the data so that we can be able to sort of have the statistics. It's from the statistics that we are going to be able to budget properly and to cost the welfare of a child.
And very lastly, Minister Lesaoana, before we let you go, how do you make sure that gatherings such as these do not become a mere talk shop, that you're able to effect some sort of change on the outcomes and the recommendations that come with these discussions?
Well, what we have done mostly is the reporting. I think that is what is very important. And every session that we have, every conference, there will be countries that are reporting on their progress. And as a country, as Lesotho, we are at the forefront of that because we are the host and we want to lead by example. We have been reporting, I think, for all these sessions that we have been having. This is the third one that we are having here in Lesotho. And we prepare the reports and we ask all other countries to make sure that they bring the reports. And we evaluate those reports and find out that, and make sure that everyone is at par and is doing the work. So I don't think these gatherings, especially this one, I think it's very important because it can be measured. As I'm saying, we get the reports and we see that the countries are doing what they have to do.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us this evening. Wrapping up that conversation with Lesotho's Minister of Gender, Youth, Sports, Arts, Culture and Social Development, Pitso Lesaoana.